It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say the Pentagon, the U.S. military services industry, they're waging war on enemy drones. For a number of reasons. They're increasingly more and more dangerous. Commercially available around the world, there's everything from large-scale drones able to autonomously fire weapons, chart their course, or medium-sized drones able to change altitude and blanket targets with ISR, possibly paint targets for nearby ground or air fire. Then, of course, there's the mini drone swarm, which can overwhelm an area with small projectiles themselves become weapons. Now, Raytheon is one of a number of industry players looking at what you might call a suite or a system of systems approach to knocking out enemy drones.
Raytheon has customized solutions for complex threats. And what that means is we could go throughout the entire kill chain for a counter-UAS. We start with the sense and detect using our radars. We have a plethora of radars. Also the command and control, which is the brains of the overall solution. And then our effectors. We have both kinetic and non-kinetic effectors.
Raytheon looks at interceptor missiles like its own Stinger, or laser weapons like the now in development Howler high-energy laser, or high-powered microwave weapons, even electronic warfare, various kinds of interceptors like the drone v drone type of approach, where Raytheon has a counter-UAS system that uses something called KuRFS. KuRFS is a term for KU band radio, which then, as Johnson describes, merges with command and control to then launch an effector or interceptor missile. In this case of the Howler program, it's called the Coyote. It could be Coyote 1 or 2. One of them is more like a UAS or an unmanned aerial system. The other is more like a missile, has a small warhead on the front, and is guided by a seeker. Overall, the idea is to create a suite of options so that commanders can defend an area, whether it be a forward operating base, whether it be a column advancing through rigorous terrain. Should an enemy drone suddenly appear around the corner of a mountain or a swarm emerge from the clouds, it wants to have a range of options. If the weather's difficult, the laser might not work, so it might use electronic warfare. Should it be larger and perhaps approaching in a certain way, a kinetic or explosive interceptor might be needed. Or should it be an urban area where civilian casualties are, of course, an enormous concern? Perhaps a pinpointed, precise laser would be the best option, or something that's non-kinetic as well, like a high-powered microwave. So, in fact, Raytheon's developmental system is even being looked at by various commercial entities, given its swath of protective possibilities. These include stadiums, homeland security type of applications, public places, which could, of course, function in the event of major war, but also have various counter-terrorism functions. If you have public gatherings, you want to make sure you have very precise radar that's able to see potential threats approaching, discern between what one Raytheon developer called a blob of mass and specific individual mini drones.
Versatility of the system, it can be mounted on a vehicle where it has the KuRFS radar and the Coyote launch tube with the Coyote missiles, with a separate vehicle that has the command and control structure. It can also be at a fixed site location where everything is taken off of the vehicles and placed in key strategic areas for the customer based upon their requirements.
Engineered with this particular ability to make those discernments and get fire control massively sped up so that sensor to shooter time is accelerated and that incoming enemy drones or attacks can both be recognized and taken out. Kris Osborn, Warrior Maven.